Minneapolis. Gonna walk around downtown a little bit. Currently outside of the Basilica of St. Mary, America's first basilica. Father Louis Hennepin statue. The Basilica here is a really beautiful building. Definitely one of the nicer structures in Minneapolis. Maybe Minnesota as a whole. Looks like they're doing some sort of construction or renovation at the moment. See by the scaffolding there. I will say I've never been inside. DDS Curtis says good morning. Good weather out this morning. Good morning, DDS Curtis. Yeah, beautiful day. Weather-wise, it's really nice. We do have the smoke from the wildfires still, so that air quality is still troubling, concerning. So that's a problem we're dealing with and have been dealing with for the last almost a week now, 5 days now, and I think it's supposed to continue on for a few more days. But hopefully next week that clears out. We can be a little more active outside. Haven't been like running or biking as much over the last few days because of it. Pianos on parade. I heard that it's supposed to get better, improving slightly today. Still be, this is the air quality I'm talking about. DDS Curtis says, also never been inside, and that they hope it clears next week. Yeah, from what I hear, it's supposed to start improving today, and then by next week be better, hopefully later in the week. Dead tree. It's a big one that's going to be lost out front here. Yeah, me too.
That only lasted for like a month.
Windows along the side of the Basilica here are boarded up. Oh, I think you can just walk inside. Hennepin, looking over towards Loring Park there. This is closed for events Saturday 6 a.m. to 8 and Sunday 6 a.m. to 8. I'm wondering what's going on over there. improved bike lane here along Hennepin. It's gonna be really nice once it's completed. Hopefully. We'll see. There's definitely some hiccups on that bike infrastructure along Hennepin through downtown. I just don't think there's enough separation between the walking and biking area, so it kind of feels like you end up with a lot of people walking in the bike area, and it ends up less than ideal for everyone. As expected, quiet at Minneapolis College here on a weekend morning in the summer. But this is a nice area to walk through. Julian Maker, good morning. We're well today. We are in downtown Minneapolis, right by Minneapolis College right now, looking ahead towards Loring Park. Startled me. Wonder if that air quality is improved slightly since yesterday. I heard it's supposed to get better throughout the day today, as I was just saying, but well, it feels like it's a little less hazy than it was yesterday. I was riding my bike home from work yesterday, went on this little loop around that 5K. So the city of Minneapolis, or Minneapolis Parks and Rec, had a free 5K and 2-mile walk this morning, and I wanted to ride around the route of that, so I went for a bike ride on it yesterday because I was kind of on my way home, and going up the Hennepin Bridge, you like do this little switchback. It got a little, was huffing a bit on there. I blame the smoke. We are on Harmon right now. I think I've walked on Hennepin dozens of times, but I'm not sure I've ever taken this stretch of Harmon before. Good morning, Cartier. Like the little fox there. What is my plan for today? I'll probably walk around for like 30-45 minutes and then spend some time inside. Don't want to be out in the smoke too much. Was feeling a little wheezy last night. I don't know. Maybe it's in my head. I feel like these smoky days affect me if I'm out a bunch, but we'll see. which I don't think is a restaurant. I think it's clothing. Sounds like a restaurant. Flavor Fest next week. And Flavor Jam. All kinds of flavor stuff. I think that storefront was, they're able to, so I saw on the shirt it said Flavor World established 2014. I know that storefront itself is pretty recent. They got that through what I believe is a Vibrant Storefronts grant, which is being put on by the city of Minneapolis, and I think this is Ward 7, I believe. So City Council member Katie Cashman has worked on this project to help bring new businesses into some of these storefronts in the area, and I think they got a grant through that to get started there. So wishing them best of luck in that spot, just to bring more people out and about in the area. I'm gonna go back up to Hennepin. I always forget about this Lunds and Byerly's right here when I'm considering downtown grocery stores. I guess it's just more of like a upscale grocery store, but it is an option. Murals around the city. I think he did a new one this year along the Greenway on one of the apartment buildings there. Saw that while riding through the other day. Theater district, more in the core of downtown. But as I mentioned a few minutes ago, there's not enough separating the bike lane and walking path here, and I found myself walking on the bike lane right there. It's not super busy right now, but someone did ride by the loop here ago. I've gotten chirped at a few times by people for walking there. Get out of the bike lane. I'm sorry. Would have been in that guy's way. Someone was just talking on here, well, I think it was a couple months ago. I posted some sort of video and someone responded, whatever happened to rollerblading? Rollerblading used to be so popular in the Twin Cities in the 90s, and you don't see as many people rollerblading anymore. We caught one. Caught someone rollerblading. I believe the inline skate, the rollerblade, was invented here in Minnesota. Looking towards the fair school. This mural on the ground done by Jared Hanks and Modern Day Me. I think it was in 2023, I was walking around this area and he was kind enough to walk up and be like, hey, what are you doing? What are you recording for? And chatted for a minute. Run into him a few times over the years. Our kids played basketball together a couple months ago. Well, our teams played basketball against each other. I don't know. It's playing against someone together. At that age, it's kind of just for fun, right? Beauty and the Beast, the musical, at Orpheum for the next couple weeks. They're putting something in to separate right here, because this was just redone maybe 2023. brunch up on the rooftop there. Union Rooftop and Kitchen. Sounds like there's some sort of DJ or something up there playing music. I hear wooing. It might not be wooing, it might be cheering. Cheering for someone performing up there. This used to be a proper city. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Got another one of those pianos here at Tom's Watch Bar, which I don't know, I think they were just put out this week, maybe last week, I could be wrong. I know a few weeks ago when I was out and about, the pianos weren't out yet. I don't know if it was just because of how much rain this year or what. Basketball stadium up that way. Very angry with the Minnesota Twins baseball team right now. I think they shipped out a majority of their players or something. Something like that. Or at least a lot of the good ones. They're selling the team, I guess. Murals Theater. Is that the one that just closed or is closing soon? Able to watch, now that it's streaming, I watched that movie made about him last year. Is it Complete Unknown? Oh, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it. Lumber Express Market and Convenience Store. There we go. First new Minnesota state flags to fade. These are like maybe a year old or so. Have not seen many faded yet. Maybe the first I've seen that's gotten that light. Outside of the Hennepin County Library. Curtis says that's really fading. Yeah, it's surprising how quickly it faded. I don't know who printed that. I should call them up. Or maybe not use them the next time they're printing a plaque. Lacking in quality and longevity. Yeah, I have this friend, and we've been trying out all the coffee shops downtown over the last, I don't know, 6-8 months or so, something like that. And that one was definitely one of my favorites. Soka there. I like SK, Blackwater. Some really good coffee shops downtown. Got Prince Piano. There is a definite lack of coffee with outdoor seating in the downtown area, though. That one, you can grab a coffee and sit outside at these tables right here. It's a decent spot. I think this space out here is good for what it is. The other one that we found was the Caribou Coffee, which, you know, local chain, whatever. It's right there on Nicollet Mall, so you got buses going by every few minutes. It's a little bit loud. Maybe if the seating was like closer to the building instead of out against the road. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Sounds like the future plan is removing buses from Nicollet Mall. Definitely got mixed feelings on that. But we'll see what they do with this space. If they do that, I think there's a lot of work that has to be done to improve it, or else it's just going to be another kind of desolate street. Just wanted to come over here to 111 Washington. I think it was either 2 or 3 years ago when they did one of, yeah, it was 2 years ago after Taste of Minnesota. I think one of the trucks had driven along here and cracked a bunch of this cement out front, and it looks like they did it again. I don't know if this was from Taste of Minnesota or what. Someone was saying that the buildings were built like this with the sidewalk like this as a security precaution, because this used to be the Federal Reserve building right here across the street that we're looking at. Just to like prevent vehicles from driving into it or something. So it's designed to crack under the pressure of a car. Atomic Data, Johnson Lewis, and I think there's like a customs or immigration type place inside there as well. This is where Taste of Minnesota is. I didn't make a video of this. I did last year. Yeah, I got to see Joan Jett play right here. Ended up busy the night Chris played. I saw some videos of it. It looked like it was a great time. I always like during the Taste of Minnesota concerts, there's the pool up here, there's people hanging out by the pool and on all those balconies watching the concerts, having a good time. That is an event that I hope they keep doing. And I think it's improved every year. The first year I remember they did it, the defunded horse police. Real Minneapolis sickos understand the significance of the defunded horse police. But yeah, I do hope they continue to keep doing that Taste of Minnesota festival. I like it here on Nicollet. As long as this parking lot is here, I think it's a good spot to have a concert like that. I remember the first year there was like no water and people were really upset and had to come outside and fill water bottles, and now there's like a law that events after a certain capacity have to provide free water. Dub Angel says they are not defunded. No, so there was a big debate in the city this year among the city council when they were doing their whole budget, and at one point they ended up saying they didn't want to put additional funding into the police budget for the police horses. And like, as one of the city council members came out and was like reading off the names of the horses as if they were going to be like put out to pasture or made into glue or something. But like, apparently multiple times or numerous times in the history of Minneapolis, they have not allocated additional funds for the police horses, and the funds just end up getting pulled from a different spot in the police budget, so they don't really go away. But yeah, it was a whole circus. People are making big dramatic events out of it, saying this city council member wants to defund the horse police. Technically true, I guess. They're still here, so the funding exists. Minneapolis did approve a record police budget this year, or this past year. Likely we'll do so again next year. Deanne says, love your videos. Lived in Minneapolis for 10 years, moved out in 2005, and haven't been there since 2016. I enjoy seeing it through your lens. Hey, glad to hear that. I hope wherever life has taken you that you are enjoying it there, and it's a great place to live. But I enjoy making these videos, and I'm glad that you and other people are enjoying them too. Dub says, well, personally, I don't think a horse should have to take the brunt of that kind of conflict anyway, but they were being used somewhere for something, and I'm glad they were in service. Yeah, I have no strong feelings either way about horse police. I don't know. I don't know how that budget works or where it should go. If the police want horses to walk around on and that sort of patrol, I'd rather see a police patrolling on a horse up and down Nicollet Mall or on a bike than just sitting in the car. I feel like that's a stronger presence. Oh, Deanne is in New York and life is grand. Great to hear that. I think the walking and horse and well, I don't know about the horse, but the walking patrols is something that they've talked about doing more of. Downtown seems too empty. Yeah, it's pretty quiet right now. I would say it's a weekend, but your average weekday isn't much busier than this. There's not a ton of storefronts. You know, you've got Five Guys over there, but not a ton of stuff going on for people to come see and do downtown that is going to be visible. Like, people will come and go to a concert or go to a theater, but you don't have that, like, mall type activity that we used to have here 15 years ago. From friends, they say downtown is totally different since George Floyd. I don't know if I would equate downtown being different with George Floyd as much as I would with the pandemic. I mean, those did kind of happen around the same time, but I think remote work is more the culprit there. Most of the damage that was done to the city through like the riots and whatnot were outside of downtown. I think there might have been a few broken windows around here, but by and large, downtown did not see that much. But yeah, there's just less people down here. People have moved to online shopping, so sadly it used to be so busy. I remember when downtown used to have a Neiman Marcus. Yeah, like now the only shopping districts are like more in malls and outside of the urban core here. Like, you go to Mall of America today, it's gonna be super crowded. I went there on a weekend recently, and yeah, very busy. That is the place where people go to shop. Unfortunately, people do not come to downtown Minneapolis to shop. Yeah, we just don't have that sort of activity that's bringing people around. I don't know what's going to be done to bring people back downtown and in what creative way that's going to be. But if we want to see foot traffic return to the levels it used to be, something's got to change. Even with people returning to work, like, they're in the office most of the day, you'll see a few people out and about. At lunchtime, Jason C says, I used to go to Skyway Map Mall with my dad in 2014. I was only 4 years at that time. Nice, yeah. Probably some fun memories. Playing the piano. Deanne said, lived at Lake and Pillsbury first. That's the area that was affected. Then I moved to Loring Park. Yeah, both nice areas. Lake and Pillsbury definitely had some of the activity there. It was pretty intense few days there. DDS Curtis says, really, online shopping is the real culprit. Yeah, online shopping, remote work, changing habits. And like Minneapolis is I don't know how to say it nice. It's a cool city. I love it here. But it's not like a global tourist destination where you don't have that same tourism draw that you do in like a New York City, a San Francisco, a Los Angeles, a Chicago, a Miami, to where some of those cities that still have as remote work and shopping habits have changed, they have still been able to sustain downtown shopping to some levels. But here, people visit from all over the world. Yeah, a lot of people visit from all over the Midwest, but you just don't see that same heavy tourism here that you do in a lot of other cities. And I think we got a trolley tour with some skeletons. Yeah, and I think with online shopping, like, as we've moved to those habits, it's very hard to have people go shopping on a regular day in a downtown core. It's different for like upscale type shopping, but like Macy's and all the places that have closed downtown, that stuff's I don't see that coming back. Which stadium is better? Jason C says Target Field, Target Center, or US Bank Stadium. It depends on what you're going there for. My favorite stadium in the Twin Cities is Allianz Field, the soccer stadium. It's nice, it's open air, it's about 20,000 people, good food and drink options. And then I probably like Target Field because I like the outdoor stadiums. Then US Bank, it's a really nice new indoor stadium. And then Target Center is probably my least favorite. There's reasons why that's probably going to be replaced and why the new owners of the basketball teams want a new stadium. It's just anytime you have a full game there, the concession lines are just crazy. Like, it is, you'll spend a whole quarter of the basketball game trying to get a sandwich or something. If you go out at halftime, good luck. Like, it just gets a little congested in there. The layout's not up to standards with some of the other modern stadiums. So I completely understand why they're wanting a new stadium. Deanne says, I think many factors. I spent a lot of time in Uptown. Yeah, Uptown's seen some major changes. Really, they got hit by both that change in shopping perception, where like when everybody started shopping online during the pandemic. People, obviously Amazon was already huge before that, but during the pandemic, when people stopped going out as much, really got a huge stranglehold on the industry, and all those uptown shops, some of which were already closing, just could not stay in business. And then additionally, there were, some of the riots and damage down in that area. Deanne says, not a global destination, but Minneapolis has a cosmopolitan feel, sophistication compared to other Midwest cities other than Chicago. Yeah, definitely. I mean, this sounds back here. Yeah. Yeah, you want to say hi?
Hey, we in Minneapolis, man.
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
What's your
Walking
Twitch?
Minnesota
This is Walking Minnesota?
on YouTube. Yeah.
This is YouTube?
Yeah.
And how many viewers you got?
Right now we got 30.
30 viewers?
Yeah.
Man, I hope you get 30K viewers, man. I love the hustle, man. You feel me? I hope everything's going well for you. This is Minneapolis. We're in downtown Minneapolis, the best city in the world. You know what Minnesota Nice is?
Yeah.
That shit is real.
Yeah.
Minnesota Nice, beautiful.
That shit is real.
Yeah, Minnesota Nice is real, man. I'm just letting you know, because like, I feel like in other places, I'm I'm not gonna say too much, but I love the hustle, man. You feel me? Everything is cool. You know, I like the mic. Can you help me start getting? Can you help me start streaming?
Yeah. What do you need?
I need to learn this setup right here.
All right. So this is just a cell phone, you know.
Yeah.
Regular cell phone. This you can get at Best Buy.
So you use Twitch or you
I
use YouTube?
use YouTube. Yeah. You can do Twitch. TikTok,
So what do you do? What do you do other than the streaming stuff?
Like for work?
Are you a journalist or something?
Oh no, I got a regular like sales job.
So this is on the side.
This is like my
Look, you can see you. Look,
Yo, we on stream.
Look at Lloyd.
We on stream. Yeah, we on stream. We on YouTube right now. 100K viewers.
Hey man, shout out to
100K
Shout out to
viewers.
Minneapolis. Shout out to your stream.
Yeah, shout out to the stream, man.
W Street.
100K viewers, man.
One of these days.
Subscribe.
All right, I gotta
Hey,
keep walking.
hey,
Everybody have a
hey.
good one. Nice chat.
Why be with the
Follow,
100K
like, and
viewers?
subscribe.
Your percentage of the 100K.
All right, yeah. So got a little derailed there. That'll happen. Happens a lot in Minneapolis. People are so friendly. Always want to say hi and see what's going on. It's not a global destination, but Minneapolis has a cosmopolitan feel, sophistication compared to other Midwest cities other than Chicago. Yeah, it's great for the Midwest, and like I think it's a great city overall. But like, if you live in New York, LA, California, most people when you're visiting a place, if you're going to visit the Midwest, you're going to go to Chicago. We got to find a way to get Minneapolis on the map a little bit more, right? To where we become the spot that people want to visit. We become a place that people want to see. We become a little bit more of a destination, and I think that's just done through talking about this place, talking about how great it is, showing people how nice it is to live here, how nice it is to visit, and variety of things to enjoy here. What intersection are you at now? Right now I'm at Hennepin and 10th. Jason says, do you think Tim Walz is going to run for a third term? Probably. I think so. But I don't know either way. Deanne says Calhoun Square used to be booming. Yeah, that's what I hear. I started coming here in like the 2010s and used to hang out on Lynn Lake a bit. Some really cool spots around there. Maybe went to the Apple store in that square a couple times, but yeah, I kind of miss that era. But everybody who talks about it says that used to be the spot. At least it used to, with the restaurant, etc. It was upper class. Yeah, so many new apartment buildings. Yeah, lots of new builds between like 2015 to like 2022 or so. And then the last 2 years or so, things have really started slowing down for like the bigger builds. We're still getting some of the smaller, which smaller by comparison, like 5-6 story buildings. But the skyscrapers and the 10-15 story plus buildings, that building's really that type of build has really slowed down since interest rates went up in like 2022-ish, 2023-ish, 2021. There's been like a handful of projects that are supposed to be started and supposed to be moving forward that really have not seen as much progress on as we'd like to in the last few years. DD Curtis says, loved your stone art streams. Thank you. Yeah, that was a fun one the other day. Used to have a friend that lived in the building in front of you. Nice. Probably got some good views of downtown up there. Maybe see the lakes from the right rooms. would be a great spot to live. You'd have that grocery store there, the Lunds and Byerly's or Kowalski's or whatever right across the street. Decent bars, restaurants, good access to downtown. Good bike ability from there. I lived 125 Oak Grove. Was a beautiful pre-war stunning building. I haven't walked around that Oak Grove area nearly enough. I walked along Loring Park, but need to go up in that area. Pull at the Chris Lindahl billboard. Now that is a Minnesota icon right there. Looks like it is 11:30. There is the Day Across Minnesota bike tour going on today. So it's there's this bike race that starts over in, I think, South Dakota or something. And these people ride their bikes from one end of Minnesota to the other. It's like a 240 something mile bike race. And they start at midnight. And I checked before the stream, and the leaders were maybe 40, 50 miles out. So they got to be getting close. So I'm excited to see who wins that. I know when I last looked, there's this guy who does YouTube. He's a vegan cyclist, or VC Adventures. I think he dropped the vegan from his name because he was getting pigeonholed a bit. But VC Adventures is like this bike YouTube guy, and he was winning last I saw. So we'll see if he wins it. Deanne says it's nice. This is in reference to that Oak Grove area. Old brownstones. There's a basement grocery store on Oak Grove. I was in Daly. The clerk was shot a few days ago. It was in the news. Sad. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. What was the guy's name? I do remember seeing, like, there's like this whole memorial for that guy, and apparently like just a staple of that community. Lurkat around the corner is a lovely restaurant. Yeah, here in Loring Park. Unfortunately, that's going to be closing here in the coming days. Dee Dee Curtis is off to run errands. Have a great day. Thanks for the stream. I'm going to be cutting out soon here as well. But you have a great day too. Thanks for joining, and I will see you next time. Wait. Hopefully. I don't know. You make it to most of them. If you're around, I'll be glad to hear from you again. If not, maybe the time after that. Hopefully you can get a few streams in before the state fair, which I'll definitely stream at some point. Deanne, I just broke some terrible news to you. Yeah, Lurkat is closing on, is it August 31st? I don't know, I think it's August 31st, but yeah, it was Lurkat, Palmer's Bar, a bunch of places in Minneapolis, kind of iconic spots are going to be closing soon. Be honest, I have never been to Lurkat, not by choice. I mean, just never made it in there. So hopefully I can get in before they close. It's a beautiful spot. Probably walk over there to end the stream. Dakari Howell says, "How's the air?" It's smoky. It's better than it was yesterday. I don't feel it as much at the moment, like it feels less hazy, but we'll see. It's one of those things to where when I go inside, I kind of sit down a little bit later and kind of feel it after. But yeah, hopefully we get an improvement in our air quality. I believe it's supposed to start getting better today and then improve drastically mid next week. We'll see. Started getting bad on Tuesday, so it's been definitely a few days here of consistent poor conditions to where I haven't really wanted to be like biking as much as running outside. The typical stuff that I enjoy. Says, "Oh, that's sad. It was Lauren Cafe before it became Lurkat. D'Amico family, like the D'Amico and Sons, used to go to AA meetings in that church. This one, the Basilica of St. Mary. I have never been in the Basilica, but I think I'll probably end the stream outside of Lurkat here and then figure out how to go inside. Just maybe take a step inside and see if I can record in there at some point. A lot of indoor spaces you have to get approval for. I don't like getting kicked out of places. Gary Noy here, this restaurant on the roof here. It's a really nice spot. Very, one of the better new restaurants in Minneapolis over the last few years. Got Fox Alley Coffee. As we walk through the best alley in Minneapolis. Like this alley needs to be activated to where you have people sitting out here on these patios, on these outdoor spaces and hanging out outside. Dakari says they have great Laotian food. That's Hanoi there, yeah. So you got Cafe Lurkat here. Looks like they're doing something, some sort of protective thing along the building right now. Yeah, if you are a Bar Locat fan or interested in trying it, get it in while you can. It will be closing here. You'll have to look it up for the exact date. It's the beautiful Loring Park. Alright, well I am going to head out. Thank you everybody for tuning into the stream. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you next time. Hope to see you all on another stream. If you're watching after I've already stopped the stream, you know, playback or whatever later, feel free to comment and let me know other places I should walk in the comments and all that. Love to share more of Minnesota. I do plan to get outside of Minneapolis more. I went to Anoka last week for the first time, and gonna go to another spot outside the cities, I think next week, as long as my transportation works out there. Yeah, I will see you all soon. Thank you.